During the year of the Cobra, a prisoner captured by unknown means was to be transported to the exiled lands. Chained and bound aboard a slave galley out of Argos, the prisoner was carried south under threatening skies. Until fate intervenes.
And here we are. What's up, guys? We're playing Conan. And we're playing on the new map. Now, I've been in and out of this map for about a week. I've only had the map for about a week now, and I've been testing it, been playing with some mods, and all kinds of other stuff. I'm just gonna talk while we harvest stuff here. Just so you guys know, we are playing a modded gameplay. Now, we're not heavily modded, just so you guys can get an idea. These are the, I say we're not heavily modded, and there's about 12, 13 mods there, but majority of these mods are aesthetic mods, because you've got glamour, 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 a little bit of glamour, glamour, elevator. You can adjust elevator speed, which is huge for me. More glamour, building glamour, building glamour, building glamour, building glamour, animal tame glamour, minion multiplier. So we can actually affect our minions and animals, because we are going to be playing on a much harder difficulty. In case you guys are curious, we're basically playing barbarian mode times 5. It's going to be very easy to die. Very easy to die, especially early game. I've got a dancer changing mod, which allows our thrall dancers to be able to alternate between all the different dances in the game. And then I've got the body mod that basically just changes the female and male body just a little bit. And then I've got the quality of life mod, which helps with basically just being able to edit and kind, you know, for roleplay purposes and things like that. And then obviously I've got the UI mod, which is huge. Everybody should have this if you're playing on PC. Even if you don't play mod, like you're playing vanilla, the UI mod does not change any of the game's base mechanics. It's just a UI HUD mod. So this is huge. It's really convenient. Just makes the screen look cleaner and fresher. And then we have a leveling progression mod that just allows us to level further with, you know, much more harder XP. So we can get past 60. I think we can go all the way to like 160 or something like that. But it guarantees a little bit of additional perks once you get past 60. But it's really, really, really hard to level past 60. It takes a lot of effort. And then obviously we're playing with slightly different boosted stats. I'm just going to go down this real quickly. We have harvesting and crafting reduced by half, but we threw an extra 0.5 into killing XP. Passive XP is reduced all the way down to as low as possible. We didn't change any of the times. Survivability, everything is normal except for idle. We reduced it down to 0.2. So basically, if we're just standing around, it takes, I mean, realistically, I can go, you know, 12 hours without getting hungry or thirsty in real life, especially if all I'm doing is just sitting around and it's not hot. Corruption, we increased to times 5, but we left the multiplier to remove it at normal, just so that, you know, we can't take a thrall with us into a corrupted situation and expect it to be able to counter corruption 100%, stuff like that. Anyways, moving on. Damage multiplier is on 2.5. Now, basically, this is barbarian mode. This is, I think barbarian mode is 2.0. We increased it by an additional 0.5, but to make it a little bit more challenging, we reduced the amount of damage NPCs can take by 0.5. So they are 50% more tankier than normal. and do about 1.2, 1.5 more damage. So they're going to hit a lot harder, and they're also going to take a little bit more effort to kill. I might still adjust this a little bit if it seems like it's getting a little too funky. We'll go from there. Didn't change anything else. Harvesting, the only thing I changed in harvesting was harvesting amount. We're playing on times two. Because I'm playing by myself in single player, so I felt that this will allow me to feel like I have a second person with me, and that's it. And it will also make so I don't have to sit there and harvest for 3 hours to get resources. Technically be an hour and a half. Moving on. The only thing we changed in crafting was thrall crafting or thrall taming, whatever you want to refer to it. We reduced it down by 75%, so it's down to 0.25, so they tame 75% faster. The reason why I felt like this was a good happy place is because tier 1 and tier 2 thralls are going to be useless in barbarian mode. Even tier 3 thralls are going to be a little useless, especially the early game exile ones. We're definitely going to have to try to get better thralls late game, because stuff hits harder. Stuff is harder to kill. Bosses are going to be deadly as hell. If you haven't caught on yet, this is going to be a very slow progression. We're going to have to plan everything. We can't just Leroy in like everybody else does. And the reason why I felt like this was a good happy medium is because once you get a taskmaster, that's going to feel more like 0.10 to point. Hello, demon child from hell. Dead boobies. Oh dear God. Took a shirt off. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Little interruption. It's all right. Not really. Quite literally a little interruption. It was my daughter. She needed a diaper change, and for some reason she decided to open with boobies and took off her shirt. But okay, she's only going. She's like 2 going on 3, but she thinks she's 10. You know how it works. Anyways, so yeah. So once we get a taskmaster, a high level one, that's gonna feel more like 0.10 to 0.15. It's definitely gonna start taming a little bit faster. Abandonment obviously turned off. Don't care about chat. We have purge turned on. I don't know how the purge works. I did a little research. There was a lot of people that were like, oh, purge doesn't work on the new map, or there is no purge on the new map. I've literally seen multiple people who've recorded, streamed, and have done purges on the new map. In early game to mid game purges too. So I'm not entirely sure what that's all about. We'll see. Animals, same thing. They tame a little bit faster. Obviously, there's no NPC for animals, but animals aren't really going to be that useful in this kind of mode. They're going to get their butts handed to them pretty quickly. The Maelstrom. Okay, this one is something new to me. So I kind of had to play with this a little bit behind the scenes to see kind of how it worked. Obviously, we have the Maelstrom enabled. I don't have it triggered to be on the UI for the map because I really don't see the point. We already know where the Maelstrom is. I don't have building turned on for allow building in Maelstrom. I don't know if that's... I'll play with that one because I don't know if that means I can't build in the area where the Maelstrom spawns, or I can't build once the Maelstrom is currently activated, like a purge. We'll figure that out. Lifespan of Elder Things I have at max, so when they spawn, they're there until they die, things like that. The spawn rate I have at 5.0, which is basically 5 times the normal rate. Turned up a couple of... No, I didn't turn up any of these. We have Siege Elder Things. I put building siege up at 200, so you need at least 200 building pieces in order to be sieged by Siege Elder Things, which I don't know what that's all about. I didn't actually see any of them when I tested it, or maybe I did and just didn't notice them. Maelstrom cooldown, it can only happen once every 90 minutes, so every hour and a half, and it lasts for 10 minutes. It only lasts for 10 minutes. Maelstrom duration lasts for 10 minutes. So, yeah. Maelstrom building damage enabled? No. I don't have that enabled because I plan on building in the Maelstrom. Let's see here. Vault refresh. Vaults refresh every 30 minutes. There's a 5-minute delay. Surges. I didn't really do anything with these. No, I didn't touch surges. I just left surges alone. And that's pretty much it for the server settings. So you guys have kind of an idea here what we're playing with. This first little episode here is just kind of an introduction to what we got going for us. As you can see, none of this has been altered at all. Yes, I did hit level 2. Like I said, it is reduced drastically, but it can happen. I have the desert mod for building, which is only tier 1 stuff, so it's really not for anything special. I've got a vanity mod, which allows us to have like a draw dressing room, so we can glamour our thralls with, you know, what we want them to look like. We can grow hair, things like that. This is kind of a useless one because I have the quality of life one, but it comes with another mod, so you know, it is what it is. We have the wood mods, so we can build bridges and wooden walls if we decide to go with something like that. Then we have the Yamamoto mod, which just gives us kind of like, you know, different placement stuff, a lot of Asian themed items, that kind of thing. And then obviously we have a lot of the quality of our armor mods, the immersive armor mods, which there are tons of armor in that mod. Accessory mods, so we can, you know, dress up our thralls how we want. And then in survival, I think there's 1 or 2 mods in here somewhere. Obviously, we don't care about the lumberjack mod. That's actually kind of pointless. There's the expert survival. I don't know if that's default to the game or if that's part of a mod. I thought I ended up seeing this. I think that's default to the game, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think it is. And then we have simple water capture, which is basically just a early game water well. We have the homestead mod, which allows us to have animal husbandry, so we can raise animals, so we don't have to go out and kill them, or we can like breed them, stuff like that. So if you find like baby goats, baby deers, baby boars, baby shoe bells, you can raise them, and then they can also have babies in the pen, and then those babies grow up to be new ones. So you kind of have like a renewable source of, you know, farming nearby, as well as plantaries. So we can plant trees in like foundations where they actually have the dirt on them, so it's basically just like a little garden. We have some box mods. We have some different boxes that we can use. That's, however, aren't boxes. Those are just aesthetic, but these are boxes that we can use. We have the animal taming pen mod. This basically takes this big thing and shrinks it down to a 2x2 little spot and just displays one animal on display. It's really convenient. And then the armored taming stall, I think this is a mod because I don't remember seeing that when the mod wasn't downloaded. Some of these I'm still trying to figure out. As for weapons, there's a little bit of weapon mods in here. As you can see, there's some weapon mods right there. There's some weapon mods up here. There's a shield mod right there. It's a Normheim shields. There's a mod, the Crusader Longsword. That's actually part of a Skyrim mod, as well as this. We got some sword mods here. We've got some assassin weapons like hidden blades and assassin crossbows. Different types of dagger weapons right here, mods. Tons of epic mods right there for weapons. As you can, one of the biggest reasons why is that I don't have any of the DLCs downloaded, and I really wish I could have gotten them all. And nothing else really in there. Armor is the big one that we have a lot of stuff, and I'm hoping that I can get the DLCs because I really want to try to get a hold of some of this stuff too. I have all the DLCs on console, but that doesn't really help us if we want to play modded. This is all the immersive armor mods. This basically takes a ton of the base game armor from both maps and just reworks lots of it into like different looks. And there's just all kinds of stuff, and we can use this for glamour, and I think some of it can actually be used as gear. And then you have attachments. These are kind of like if they have this little A symbol next to it, there's a section, I know it's night right now, where you can go to accessories and you can actually attach them to certain pieces over top or underneath of your armor to be like extra accessories. And you can do this with yourself and your thralls as well too. Back over here real quick, and then let's see, we've got the thrall mod as well right there, which allows us to glamour our thralls another way. There's 2 ways we can do it. This is one of them. And then obviously there's some more armor mods. Actually, my personal favorite is the Mountain Barbarian right here. This is awesome. I love the look of that armor. And I believe it's got really good armor. Yeah, 280. So it's pretty decent when you get to endgame. Let's see. There's a couple of horse mods right here for saddles that we have. And then there's this mod, which is part of the Skyrim mod. It just gives us access to some extra little... Some of these I really don't care for. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. Most of these I don't care for. The one I really like, though, is the Crusader one. This is actually one of the reasons why I got this mod right here, was for the Crusader mod, this setup right here. Because I figured I can build like a little temple and have like our thralls dressed up in Crusader armor. And this is heavy duty endgame stuff, very, very late game. And then there's also statues that I really liked. And there were only a handful of things in here that I actually liked. And then we have the boots and high heel mod. So we can get, you know, different types of boots for our characters, or high heels if we decide to do those for some of our thralls, or our more casual around the base, you know, town thralls, stuff like that. And then obviously there are 2 extra pieces for each religion. We have extra modded pieces that give us just slightly better weapons and some accessories and stuff like that. Nothing too freaking crazy. And I chose the wrong religion when I started. I chose Ymir. I did not mean to choose him. I actually wanted to choose Darketo. Yeah. But anyways, I know it's nighttime. Sun's about to come up. It is dark. Let's see. Is there anything else in here I can show you guys real quickly? Yeah, we will not be playing with nudity turned on. So if you were hoping to see some, you know, as and did's, yeah, it ain't happening. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against it, but for recording sakes and for younger audience sakes and for family friendly sakes, we have nudity turned off. Also, this is part of one of the mods as well too. You can actually do all kinds of different stuff where like weapon display on your back, where you can actually have very specific ones, like if you want, you know, certain weapons to actually be displayed on your hips or things like that, or if you don't want them displayed, or if you do want them displayed, you can display them on whatever side you want. This feature is actually coming to the base game. Hopefully it is in test live right now. It's probably not going to be this in depth, but it is in test live, and we possibly will be getting it, as well as the minion multiplier, which, by the way, show you guys that here real quickly. This is the minion multiplier. As you can see, I've already done a little bit of testing. All of our thralls, our minions, our pets, whatever you want to call them, our men and animals and our beasties, they do way less damage. I reduced their damage all the way down to 0.49. And I increased the amount of damage they take to 3.51. So trust me when I say it, thralls are not going to be they're going to be good late game. Like if you can get yourself a good thrall, it's going to be able to still tank and still fight right alongside you, but it's not going to be able to sit there and what you normally take as, let's say you get hit by a boss and you take 25% of your health. Your minion's gonna take like 10 to 15% of his health too in that one hit. So it's gonna hurt them just as bad. And so it's gonna be more deadly. So you're gonna have to bring, you know, potions, healing arrows if you're going to be doing a big boss fight. And because all the creatures on this map have 50% reduction to damage they take, you're going to be in for some long fights, especially boss fights. Even 1-stars are going to take a little bit of extra effort, and there are going to be times we might lose thralls a lot. We're going to be losing a lot of thralls, a lot of pets, a lot of stuff, and purges and sieges and surges and maelstroms are going to be deadly. I like this kind of gameplay. I like drawn out, turn that off. I like drawn out, just immersive roleplay, in your face, death and destruction, fighting for your life at every turn type gameplays. I love this type of stuff. I am a creature that is very rarely found in the world that actually will go out of his way to make things more difficult for myself out of pure enjoyment. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little introduction episode. It's not going to be nearly as long as the actual episodes, hopefully, but yeah, guys, hopefully you guys really like this. If you like the information, or if you would like me to go into more depth and maybe do a little bit more of an in-depth episode, we will do that eventually. I just want to get some more levels under my belt where I can actually show off the mods a little bit more effectively and stuff like that, because as of right now we can't really do that unless I cheat, and I don't want to screw up this playthrough by cheating right now. I mean, I could just restart and redo it all over again, but you know what, if it's requested, I'll do it. If it's not, I won't. But anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by, and hopefully you guys will stick around to watch more of the series. It's definitely going to be a long one. We're not just going to be doing like 10, 15, 20 episodes. Probably going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of grinding in between episodes because we are doing a roleplay playthrough. There will be a theme. I haven't 100% got it all worked out just yet. We still have some time before we have to worry about that. Until we build the main base and start building up our forces and getting them leveled and all that kinds of stuff. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoy this. Stick around. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and come hang out for some more future episodes as we play a little bit of brutal, bloody Conan Exile of death and destruction, where we will die a lot and our thralls will sacrifice themselves a lot. Yeah, it's going to be fun. All right, guys. See you in the next one.